Jefferson Davis, a man who many associate with the dark history of Western culture known as the American Civil War, but the intellectuals associate with leadership, dignity, power, and Southern pride. Davis's arsenal of leadership skills was in stark contrast to that of Abraham Lincoln's. Where Lincoln ran for an established office, Davis just made up his own. Where Lincoln was trying to abolish laws, Davis was keeping them alive and reinforcing them. Davis did something Lincoln never would have had the balls to do. He created his own country. With the help of his military generals and his army of soldiers, Davis fought against this powerhouse that was the United States. And if it weren't for being outmanned by the slavery-hating North, the great Confederate Army could have and would have won the American Civil War.
You see, Davis had a lot on his plate. He pretty much had to become the president of a country in ruins from an argument they had started with the North over whether or not the South should keep their great and luxurious institution of slavery. However, Davis did not care. He rallied his men, gathered them together, and he said to them, and I quote, "Come on, let's get to work." And so they did. And as they got to work, Davis said, and I quote, "Keep on working." And so they did. The next thing you know, Lincoln, or as I like to refer to him, the Big Bad Wolf, he huffed and he puffed and he tried to blow down the house of Davis. But it did not work because Davis was smart. He had built his house of blood, sweat, tears, and a lot of bricks and cement. And Lincoln tried all he wanted, but he wasn't ever going to win.
And it didn't work out easy. Because of Davis's workout-style leading skills, he was able to put together an army of semi-trained Confederates that waged war against the Big Bad Wolf, and his army of slavery-hating white men were obviously compensating by putting on the guise that they wanted slavery abolished when it's obvious that such a prestigious, flawless institution couldn't be hated by anyone. Even with their top-hat-fueled rage against the Confederacy of the South, the North's strategy failed when compared to the diverse tactics of Jefferson Davis and his generals. Instead of waging war like guerrillas, which was, I don't know, the hot thing in 1861, the South used a tactic known as drunk war. Got the soldiers drunk and fought. Deadly effective.
That Davis, man, he was a leader. You know, won so many battles in so little time with his army, and you know, I mean, he was fighting against people that wanted to get rid of slavery, and it's just wrong. It's wrong. I think any white man as an American should be able to go out and buy a black man. They should be able to buy him, own him, and make him work for less than minimum wage. Even any color except white. I don't care. Black, yellow, green, pink, beige, cyan, rainbow, purple. You know, I don't even know. There are some colors that don't exist that I can think of right now. He won so many battles. Chickamauga, Chancellorsville, the second Bull Run. We don't talk about the first one. Oh, yeah. But he was just able to ride in his soldiers like no one else could. He won.
Though he was a powerful leader, Davis's strong points were not only rooted in the revival of slavery and the drunk warring tactics of his army. He was also quite a talker. He gave many speeches, most if not all the good ones being right after he was inaugurated, and he used language that was very sophisticated at the time, especially for a Southerner. His inauguration speech is a great example in which he discusses why he is doing what he had to do at the time.
I enter upon the duties of the office to which I have been chosen, with the hope, beginning of our career as Confederacy, may not be obstructed by hostile opposition to our enjoyment of the separate existence and independence which we have asserted, and which, with the blessing of Providence, we intend to maintain. Our present condition, achieved in a manner unprecedented in the history of nations, illustrates the American idea that governments rest upon the consent of the governed, and that it is right for the people to alter and abolish governments whenever they become destructive to the ends for which they were established.
You see, the man just knew how to talk. He tried to pander to the right people, you know, the idiots of the nation, the people who he knew did not vote for Lincoln because in his speeches he used too big of words, and idiots, they don't understand big words. And Davis, he was so intelligente that he used his wits to get to know this crowd of idiots. And he knew that they wouldn't pay attention to his speeches if he used words like big words like the and I. And, you know, he decided to use small words to get them on his side. You know, he realized all the people in the South were imbeciles, and that in order for him to keep his institution of slavery alive, he had to do one thing: become an idiot himself.
And do that is just what Davis did. He adapted to the times, knew how to pander to the right crowd, knew how to lead an army. He was a superior leader to Lincoln in pretty much every way. And this is why Jefferson Davis is an American hero.